The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama.
You're listening to Meridian's 3-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
Hey, good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Believe it or not, 35 this morning with Deb. How are you?
It's so cold out. There's frost on every rooftop. I noticed it on the way in.
You'll slip.
Yeah, it's really cold. This is bringing our little winter back, even though we know what's about to approach and take it back away from us.
Correct.
Because we're due for some storms. Is it tonight?
Tonight, 9 p.m. until 3 a.m. We'll give you all of that detail. Don't forget, if you live out on the rural route, might be a good morning to warm your car up. If you live in areas that it's not so safe, make sure to lock your car and have your extra key to do that, so it will be there when you return.
Did you know that in some states it's illegal to do that?
They do that.
It's not illegal here, though, right?
No.
I don't think so.
They're just happy that it'll run in Mississippi.
Yeah, I hope it's in states where it's not super cold, because can you imagine? You can't drive your car if it's a cold start.
Those states that are, I guess, what I would call woke or to the left, where the emissions and all of that, and they come write you a little nasty ticket for warming your car up. I mean, come on.
So we dropped our emission stuff, right?
You mean cut off our catalytic converter? I didn't do that. No, that's not illegal.
I noticed 800 of them in your garage. No, I'm talking about where you had to go and get the inspection.
Yes, that's gone.
Because I noticed mine is from, I don't know.
Several years ago?
A long time ago. I thought, am I supposed to be getting that still?
That $5, that was the worst thing in the world to remember to go do.
Can I just say this real quick? And this is kind of, I know a lot of people that kind of got trapped into that emissions thing. And especially in Tennessee, you get pulled over and your car doesn't. If you get pulled over and you had not gone through the emissions, right? You can't get your tag. That's it.
Correct.
You can't get your tag. You get a ticket. Now you're stuck with the ticket, but you're trying to go to your job, but you can't fix whatever the issue is to get your right.
Right.
So now you've got all these tickets and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, after I had a nephew that was young and he was working really hard, and he had an old Jeep. And the emissions, he could never pass the emissions.
Yeah.
So that got him into all this other tickets and stuff like that. And so he sold his Old Faithful Jeep, even though he didn't want to, in December, and they got rid of the emissions in January.
Whoops.
That's the saddest story.
First paycheck would have went to all tickets.
Yeah, I mean, when you were young.
I know.
Or maybe even now.
My 1970 Torino.
You get one ticket, and you're like, I got to go to work to pay for this ticket.
Why? Somebody
so
told me
I got to drive my car. So how do you do that?
What does a ticket cost nowadays? What is it?
Like a speeding ticket?
Yeah, $150 or better.
I had one.
Oh.
It was really the first ticket I ever had. A couple of years ago, I got a ticket on Frontage Road, which I just knew I was going to go fight, and then I realized I was really speeding. It was $180.
$180?
And I was, on Frontage Road, Scotty.
How do you speed on Frontage Road?
Just know that you can. I thought I didn't.
How fast
and then
do
all
you
of a sudden, like 2 days later, I was like, there is no way. It's up on the North Frontage coming off the Texas turnaround.
Yeah.
You're getting a little bit of speed. It's like 35 miles an hour.
You got to get in that left lane.
And I thought there's no way I was speeding. So about a couple of days later, I was going up and I looked down and I was doing like 50.
That's not speeding, is it?
It's 35. Yeah. So I got
anything below 55.
So that was the day I decided, I'm
book.
not going to fight the ticket.
Bless your heart. They're sending out a memo from M&M's. They have discovered they made a mistake. Y'all discovered this? You know, we've always seen those dancing M&M's and the sexy girls. Well, they went woke and were getting rid of all that. And guess what happened? Sales went.
Yeah.
And so now they're doing away with that, and they're getting a spokesperson to talk about M&M's.
So we're not going to have the M&M.
They'll come back. They're trying to make you forget that they were trying to phase all that out.
I was going to say, because there was a time when people collected them.
I know.
Right? They collected like the cute little M&M.
We'll even get into Aretha Franklin. Did you see this where they're trying to get rid of Natural Woman? Did you see that?
You make me feel like.
And that because they say that's it's not gender specific anymore. That's what they're trying to do.
They can't get rid of it.
What has happened to America?
So I read a thing the other day. Some guy, I can't think of his name right now, but it was on Twitter, and he said, if you have a school that's trying to ban a book, get yourself to the library, get the book, and read it, because somebody is trying to keep you from some kind of information that you should know.
Probably.
I thought that's probably true.
Tom Sawyer, they tried to get rid of all of that.
Yeah.
It's just one after the other.
Didn't they try to get rid of Dr. Seuss?
Yes. What did he ever do with anybody?
I don't know. He had green eggs and ham.
And that's all he wanted to do was eat them.
No. That's all.
Now, let me be honest about that. The Dr. Seuss books I never was a big fan of those because it repeated the same thing over and over.
Well,
and I was
the
more
intention. That was the deal, is to learn.
right. But Spot and who was the little guy that went down the hill?
That was a whole different set of books.
I like them though.
Jane, Spot,
Yeah.
Dick, all of those people.
Yeah, I like those people.
A friend of mine, I broke my leg about 5 or 6 years ago, and she brought me a Jane, Spot, Dick book, and I thought that is the golden book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they even?
I think it was golden.
Still do that in school?
But it was an adult. It wasn't bad. It was just
An adult version.
It was, yeah, but it was just talking about like things that happen in your life. It wasn't
Spot went to
bad
work
when I
today
was
and got
little.
fired.
Yeah, Spot was a dog. He didn't have a job.
You sure?
Spot was a dog. Correct?
Yeah, he was. Spot. Who was the others in it?
Run, Spot, run. Jane. Run, Jane, run. So over that repetition taught you how to read.
Okay.
Obviously, you threw your books away. I'm fine.
I am not a big reader. My mother warned me on that.
Blows my mind every day.
Well,
His parents were English teachers.
But you've got to remember, my mother was, I don't know what the word is, she couldn't do anything in proportion. She would force you to read hour after hour after hour to where you'd cry and you'd go, I don't ever want to see a book again in my life. And I grew up going, I don't ever want to see a book again in my life. It really messed with my head.
Yeah.
She put too much pressure on me.
That could be true.
Over and over.
So
It's like her
yeah.
standing up in the middle of the picnic table going, a dog's after me, help me, help me.
What does that mean?
She was scared of dogs.
Oh yeah, she still doesn't like dogs.
Bless her heart. We have someone missing in the Louisville area that we wanted to share this morning, an 18-year-old man. As we go to MBI this morning, let's pull this picture up. We get a good look at this. He could be in the Meridian area. He could be in the Philadelphia area. We do not know. But last seen in the Louisville area here, William Henry Harold. He's 18 years old. Last seen wearing a hoodie and blue jeans, white socks, and no shoes on Monday afternoon. If you happen to see him, report it to the Louisville police or just any police department that you're around. Call 911, let them know that you've seen him. We would love to get him back home and say that he's safe and sound.
Yeah, that would be good. And it seems like the other day we had a missing girl, and she was found within hours after the show. So
Yes.
hopefully that's the case for him too.
And we had the nice lady that was found out by the Evangel Temple safe. We've had
And then Myra Lewis, who was found safe.
we've only had one here in the recent few weeks over the weekend that was not. So let's keep our fingers crossed and find this person. Make sure that they get home. On the way this morning, we got a special guest. We've got a preacher coming in, and he's got a list. I've been looking over it. Everybody, and we're going to go up to Fellowship, where I got married, up at Fellowship Baptist. He's got a list of everybody that's been sleeping in church and is getting ready to call out names. He's going to call them out. Y'all be ready.
For a slight donation,
You can get your name off
You
the
have
list.
5 minutes to get a donation. No,
We'll be
that
right
would
back.
Be a way to do it. Though,
Yeah, it would. I mean, just call everybody out. You'll pay attention next Sunday. It's all coming up. Fellowship Baptist Church, they got a big yard sale they're going to tell us about. Good stuff they're going to be getting rid of. Yeah, it's all on the way.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been in business for over 10 years, and they have over 30 vendors inside, with a rotating inventory to fit that something special that you're looking for. The inventory constantly is updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located at 335 West Main Street, where you'll bump into a friend, and, well, we'll treat you like family. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Welcome back, Scotty Ray and Debbie. I want to bring this up before we brought the pre-tree. And a good job to the fire department in Quitman last night as somebody's car caught on fire. I don't know if you've had a chance to see this morning, but well, the inside of the car is not going to be okay, but they did keep the car from burning up totally.
That's scary. Did they know what caught the car on fire?
Not yet. I mean, what could catch the inside of your car on fire? A fuse, a speaker wire, maybe?
Some electrical something.
But there's nothing worse than that because most everybody has one car that you drive to work, and then all of a sudden you're hitching rides to work, and it's always that one friend you ride with who wants to hang around after work. You can't get home. You know what I'm talking about.
I know I don't. What are you talking about?
You know when you hitch a ride somewhere, they don't want to leave the same time you do.
Oh, yeah. That's why I always take my own car.
Right.
I made a pact with myself years ago.
Not to do that.
I went on a trip with somebody that had children, and my girls were little.
Yeah.
And that was the day that I said, I will always take my own car. I will never go on a trip that I do not have my own vehicle.
All right, let's head on off to the church. Let's go to Fellowship Baptist as we welcome in the preacher Caleb Hughes and, of course, his special guest this morning. Let's get a close-up of him. Oh, there's Miss Marcia.
Marcia Stoddard.
That's it.
Did I say it right?
That's it.
A lot of you remember her from Northeast. What'd you teach?
I taught math at Northeast, actually. Actually, I taught a lot of different things. I taught second grade for a while at Northeast, taught fifth grade math, and I taught remedial class at the high school.
And if you ever talk
to Miss 12 years, and then I went to West Lauderdale. I taught about 12 years at West Lauderdale.
Jeez, if you ever talk to Miss Bass, she'll tell you you're glad you never had me.
Oh, so what do you think? Do you think you could help him out a little for you tutoring class?
Scotty Ray, I mean, you're the only one that can handle it. Baby. Come on, let's face it.
I was telling Marcia the other day, I felt so bad for you. I have to really lay off of Scotty Ray a lot of times because he's got so many people that love him so much. But I'm not being mean when I correct
You're not?
some spelling. And I'm not by any stretch an expert. But the other day, there were so many misspelled words when he was pulling that up. I just had to stop. I just didn't even make note of it anymore.
My husband is horrible at spelling too.
Really?
That's why he can relate. So he can relate so well to
He doesn't notice it. He doesn't know that he's actually.
And we had a little boo-boo yesterday. Let's just go ahead and address this since the preacher's here. We had a little boo-boo there. We had someone flee the scene yesterday.
Oh, that's the best. Yesterday there was a car chase. The guy jumps, flees the scene. Scotty Ray puts the story up, and it says he fled on food. Oh. And I mean, I need to pull up the comments. It was hilarious. Did he get some hot chicken wings, or what kind of food was he? A flying pizza, or? And I said, you got to fix this.
I look back and I thought, oops. And there's nothing you can do except say, oops. So that's what we did. So why are y'all here? What's going on at Fellowship?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's an honor to be your special.
Well, thank you.
I don't know how special I'm supposed to feel, but I feel pretty special.
I do too.
So
I really do.
Thanks for having us today.
Enjoying it.
Yeah, we're here to talk about a yard sale that we have coming up. So Fellowship is just off Fellowship Road, appropriately, right? But it's just right off 495 here, pretty close. So, but we're having a yard sale for a mission trip that we have coming up this June to a little country in Africa, and cut out of South Africa, the country called Eswatini. And we're going to be going there in June, and this yard sale is to raise every bit of the proceeds go toward that. And so we appropriately timed it, right, because it's right after Christmas. I knew that a few people will probably be getting rid of some things. And it seems like people may be re-gifting things to the church even. We got things that are in original packaging from Amazon even. So we saw a couple things yesterday. So we were a little worried because we only had 3 weeks to plan. It's really impromptu, right? But at first we were worried we wouldn't have enough things. Like, that's kind of short, notice. Hopefully we'll have some things to sell. And now we're worried that we may not be able to sell enough things. We're going to be taking a lot of stuff somewhere else.
I worked up there. It is so much stuff. And neat stuff. I'm talking, there is some good buys, and they're letting it go at very good prices.
So, Marcia, you know this probably from when you decorate.
Yes.
You have to undecorate your house to kind of decorate for Christmas.
Right.
So when you undecorate, all of a sudden those things, you're thinking, I want to replace that. I don't want that anymore.
Yeah.
So a lot of that comes. I had a lot of stuff after Christmas.
Yes. Yeah.
So
we got a lot of decorations.
A
lot of decorations, a lot of clothes, furniture. I mean, sofas. We've even having their chairs and things. And there are people that are thinking, I want to go ahead and claim that, and we're like, well, let's hold off.
There were TVs with remotes. The TVs, little small TVs, rugs, bedding. Oh my goodness!
Any house slippers?
Yes.
I'm sure we could find you some house slippers. I smelled something. I wasn't sure. That must be what that was.
Yeah, they probably are a lot of them that people got for Christmas and they got one. I hope I don't see any gifts.
There was a pair of brand new boots that I saw. They were size 8. I think they weren't
women's size 8.
They look great.
So what kind of pricing are we talking now? Are we negotiable here?
Like I said, it's gonna be. You're not gonna need to negotiate them because it's gonna be inexpensive. Like I said, we have so many things. We're really trying to just sell as much as we can. We don't want to be taking things at the end of the day.
Wait a minute,
there was some camouflage. There was camouflage.
We all know that if you can get a quarter off, it makes you feel better. Like, come on, give me a quarter off. It makes you feel like
people do like to negotiate a little bit. But if they have them marked really good, that to me is the hardest part about having a sale like that.
Well, we want to actually sell things. So
so we
don't want to have to take things, at the end of the day and fill up trucks and trailers, So we're going to really.
I know
be
with
trying
a
to
lot
sell.
of the clothing, they were saying just let that go for $1, $2, just.
And probably some of it's brand.
Now, what time does the?
I was about to say. So the sale is from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Obviously, if you've ever done a yard sale before, you know that the good things go quickly. So many people will be at the door, I'm sure, by 6 a.m. But at 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., again, we extended that time so that we could sell more things. And I didn't get to mention this. So the mission that we're going on is to a country. It's the most HIV-ridden country in the world. It's a small country. It's a kingdom. But we're going to care for essentially orphans and children that don't really have caretakers that are able to full-time be with them. Some of these families are small kids, 12-year-olds that are raising 3-year-olds. And so because of such an HIV epidemic there's really not much of a middle generation. There are not a lot of middle-aged adults, and therefore they're being raised by either grandparents or their older siblings. And so, anyway, we're going in June, and we're going to be ministering at what they call a care point for those kids and giving them a meal and Bible teaching, and they're learning English as well. So it's a worthy cause, but the yard sale is sort of a dual-purpose way to, yes, help those that are trying to get rid of their stuff from Christmas, but ironically, it's going to be going to people that don't really have much so that we can go and take them, not just physical needs, but their greatest need. And so we really are taking seriously the mission. And because of that, we're taking seriously the yard sale.
I'm glad you got to spell that word where y'all going now.
Yeah, it's Eswatini. So it'd be ESWATINI. If I'm the English teacher. This is my bodyguard. Miss Marsha's also my bodyguard. She doubles. That's why she's here with me today.
But I was like beforehand, I was like, now how do you say that? Say that again. I've got to know how to say it.
That's Eswatini. Tell you what, it used to be known as Swaziland, which you may have heard of before. Swaziland.
Yeah. But that's a great cause. It's about 8 of you?
Yeah, we have 8 right now. That's right. Yeah, 8 people that are going. So it's not a large team, but it's going to be a useful team, I think. We're really excited about it, man.
It's going to be a blessing for them and for y'all.
Yes,
right.
I think so.
It will be. Yeah. And I know they probably love seeing you folks coming in.
Yeah, and I'll say this too, just a shameless plug for, God is doing so many amazing things at our church right now. And I always say that we're not in the business of poaching people from other churches. I think that's not something we need to be doing. However, if you're listening today and you don't have a church family to call your own, we at Fellowship really just firmly believe that in a world that is striving to get to God, we know that God came to us, right, in the person of Jesus. And so we worship Jesus, and we're just so thankful. God is providing so much growth right now, and it's neat to see a lot of young families at our church. And it's just really neat. And so it's a shameless plug to say, if you're not part of a body of believers, we would love to have you come on a Sunday. We worship at 10 a.m. And so that's again, a shameless plug, because I want to share what God is doing, man. And I want people to be a part of that wherever they may be.
We just joined right before Christmas. My husband and I just love it. The people there, Caleb is great. When you're teaching, you have like a set or a hook, I don't know, to kind of get people in.
Right.
This guy is amazing at getting that hook and getting your attention and just calling you. You never know what he's going to do. He is seriously.
Well, they're going to make my list if they're not careful, like you said. By the way, that was way too good of a joke for you to come up with that on the fly.
The key to this is fried chicken. All you got to do is offer a little fried chicken, and everybody's coming.
Do a little, some
which we do have great food on Wednesday nights. Speaking of that, we have great Wednesday nights.
Again, tell us the time and the date of the big yard sale, so we can send everybody down.
I don't even know if I said the date. It's Saturday, February 4th, from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m.
So we got a week or so before then.
We need all the time we can get, because we still got a lot of work to do. There's so much stuff, man, and it's going to be overwhelming. So hopefully people will come and take the overwhelming off of us.
For those who go, okay, I've heard of Fellowship, but I've never been there. What's the best way to describe how to get there?
Well, it's like I said, if you come down 493, turn on to 495, and you go for 2 or 3 miles, then you'll turn left where you'll see a big blue sign that says Fellowship Baptist Church. You take a left there, and it's off Fellowship Road right there. So you really can't miss that sign off 495. Or you could just use Google Maps. A lot of folks are watching on Facebook. If you can look at Facebook Live, or if you can go to YouTube. You could probably find it on Google Maps. So,
thank y'all for coming in.
Thank you.
Brother Caleb, and of course Miss Marcia there, our former teacher there.
I know. So I need to get your text so you can send me some little corrections when I miss the corrections, so we can keep this
We'll work together and keep Scotty Ray straight.
Thank y'all so much.
And if anybody has any more requesting information, we do have a Facebook page, and also you can go to our website at www.fellowshipmeridian.org. A lot of ways to find us.
Well, appreciate y'all.
Thank you. We feel so special, very special.
Y'all are part of the community.
No early birds, right? Can you have early bird? A yard sale.
6 a.m., man.
Hey, 6 a.m. Get there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's early enough, I think.
Yeah.
If you show up early, you have to. We need to really break out because I don't think the church looks the same as when I got married there 32 years ago. I think everything's different. We got a video of it somewhere.
Really?
I heard.
Oh, your wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to play it out.
It looks a little different than we did back then.
Pull that out.
I was skinny.
I don't have a video.
They didn't have video machines back then?
I don't think they did.
Honestly,
What year did you get married?
90, and you got married in 86. I think it was like 90 before they come out with it.
My husband's so blessed. No.
Again, thank y'all for coming in and being a part of the show this morning.
Appreciate you having us.
Anytime that you can get out and help them out there, that's going to be coming up February 4th in the community. Great folks right down at Fellowship Baptist Church off of Highway 495, right next to the cemetery. Good time
to get a lot of good items. It really is.
Let's see what's going on in the community this morning as we look around. Let's talk a little bit about weather real quick, because I know people are concerned about what's going to happen tonight. And let me pull this up, Deb, and so everybody just kind of is aware of what goes on with this. This is what the National Weather Service is telling us. Let me get this down where I can see what's happening over here for everybody. This is the timeline that the National Weather Service is telling us is 9 p.m. until 3 a.m. If you will notice this green area, the Meridian Clark County is in this. This line from Brookhaven to Laurel south to the Mississippi Gulf Coast is going to be the biggest concern tonight. It does not mean that a tornado cannot form here, but it's more likely to be south of us.
So this line has dipped a little more south,
yes.
Right? Okay.
Let's go to my radar and pull this up where you can see exactly what's happening here. I don't want anybody to go, well, that's old or anything like that. This is the latest we've got here from the National Weather Service as we pull this up. Here's Meridian Honda radar, and as you'll notice, you get into the level 2 here in the Quitman area. The level 3 will pick up in Wayne County. Now, we can have severe thunderstorms here, but this is the area here along the Mississippi Gulf Coast where it's more than likely going to be the worst.
Right, and don't count out the wind. Because I think even in our level 1, we're expected to get some good gusts and some strong winds.
Now that you bring that up, let's just go ahead and show those winds of just how bad this can be. That's our strong winds for tonight. And with that being said, trees blowing and rain coming down, it can knock out power.
And everything's still pretty soggy out there from our rain this past weekend, so be careful with that. The trees, they're pretty compromised right now.
Flash flooding, you mix those two, as you just said, and you got a mess.
Yeah.
So we'll watch it. We'll be behind the scenes. Should it turn bad, should warnings start coming out, we'll go live to let you know exactly what's going on with the weather in at any time. And again, nighttime, Debbie. Beauty sleep time.
Well, as long as it's not a bad storm, I love a good nighttime storm.
A sleeping one.
A good sleeping nighttime storm. But but tornadoes. Well, you're just kind of always on alert.
Yes, you are.
That, so
you can't sleep.
And especially you are. You have to jump up out of bed. I want to say good morning to a couple of folks.
Oh.
Kathy Sharp, good morning to you, and all the way from Hickory, Mississippi, Pat and Jim Coker. Let's see, Joyce Godwin, good morning, have a blessed day, she says. Christy Smith, what is she saying? February 4th.
That's the garage
Oh, that's
sale.
the date of the garage sale. Somebody was helping out. Okay.
Yeah. Hope everybody's doing well there. We did get a name from the Meridian Police Department yesterday as we go to headlines this morning to pull this up. The name of the deceased person, the very first person, our murder victim of the year, has been released, and his name is Donald Ray Levert. 40 years old, from Lisbon, Alabama, has been identified as the male that was deceased in the shooting that happened just this week here in the Meridian area.
Yeah.
Condolences to the family. We do hope that this homicide is solved in the Meridian area.
I do too. The first one of the year.
Gosh. And we are, again, let me bring this up. We are 2 months ahead of schedule. Last year, we didn't have our first murder in Meridian until March. So we're ahead. We've had several shootings, and at the end of the month, we'll do a recap of where we are.
This story hurts.
It does.
This is a really sad situation right here. The guy was arrested, or I guess he was pulled over.
Yes.
He was arrested for maybe some outstanding warrants.
And they were small warrants of hadn't paid a fine.
Not criminal warrants,
Yeah.
I don't think. I don't know. I don't know that for a fact. I just don't think that they were. I think they were something small. Maybe no license, something like that.
He was transported from the Meridian Police Department to the Kemper County Jail. Sometime after he arrived at the Kemper County Jail, he was found deceased.
Mm-hmm. He was only there from 3 until 8.
Yeah. Now,
and somewhere in that time frame, he had passed away.
Sheriff James Moore of Kemper County confirmed the death. He could not tell us anymore, said it was an active investigation. We reached out to the Meridian Police Department, to Chief Young. We have not gotten a response from her yet. And we also reached out to the CID division there, to Ms. Stevens, and we have not received word back from there. We're trying to find out more about this. Family members are upset, as you would be.
Mm-hmm. It's pending the autopsy, and supposedly that will be Friday.
That's what I'm hearing.
Friday. And it's a really sad situation. And I know a lot of folks ask, why do they take them to Kemper if you're arrested in Meridian? But we just don't have room here to keep.
Well, it's a contractor. We spoke with Billy Solly not long about that, and they got a cheaper rate per inmate to place them in Kemper County, and it's just like a bidding war on anything.
Yeah, so they transport them over, and I guess we'll find out soon what truly transpired. Yeah.
And remember, you're very young, if you had someone that got pulled over and sent to jail, and then you're notified that they were deceased, you would want to know more. You really would. Mm-hmm. It's your loved one. It doesn't matter. We don't know all the circumstances. We don't know everything. It's my understanding it was maybe a traffic violation of what family members have posted on the webpage. But when we find out more concrete, what we've got posted is what is official.
Right, and that's where it would be nice to hear from
Meridian Police Department.
From Meridian Police Department.
So when we know more, we will tell you more. Yesterday was quite the busy day. Let's just go here as you're thinking. There's some really fast runners in Meridian. I'm telling you, if we could really enter these people in the Olympics to represent Mississippi, we would be on game. Let's pull this up, Debbie.
Well, can I tell my story?
Oh, tell the story.
I'm driving from Scotty Ray's to my house. I'm on 22nd Avenue going south, and I'm right in front of Sloop, or, and it's 2 lanes on each side.
Oh.
And I hear sirens, and here they come, headed north on 22nd, and I can see, I pull over like I'm supposed to.
Right.
And they come over the median up my side of the road. The police do. And so I thought,
they're after somebody.
Somebody's doing something wrong. So I turn around and I go to where they are, and it's somebody that was trying to outrun the police, and then they wrecked.
Let's
Which
take
is
a look
what
at
happens
this.
every time somebody does this.
Yeah, look at this. Here's the signage of what's going on. Here's Debbie pulling up to it here. Here's the police. If you'll notice the car in the background right there, here's a different view of that. That's about where they skedaddled.
Yeah, and the car, you can't really tell, but it's a very small front yard, and I think I saw the person that lives there standing out like, what in the world just happened?
Yeah.
But the car slid, I guess, up into that yard. They got out, took off, running, and I don't know that they ever...
I don't think they've been caught yet.
Yeah.
They've been still...
Yeah.
We got some runners.
Just another traffic violation that they get pulled over and... they...
Boy, we ain't done yet.
Run.
We got a whole lot more to talk about what's going on this morning of what's happening locally in the area. Y'all stay with us. We'll tell you more about it here in just a second with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
If you're an outdoorsman, Garrett's Outfitters is a place to head to in Meridian. They have a complete line of gloves to keep your hands warm in these cold mornings, toboggans to block that wind, and America's favorite Carhartt, from the rugged overalls to slacks and shirts. Work boots and mud boots as well. Browse around the gun accessories and a complete line of just about any gun. Protect your investment, your guns, with one of the many Browning gun safes they have to choose from. For the outdoorsman in your family, it's Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been in an auto accident? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Don't settle for less and know your rights. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
And welcome back as we take you to Maple's one-stop shop. And why do we talk about that? Well, it's clean, it's local, and they got a lot of food. Causeyville this morning, you'll find eggs, grits, and all kinds of things, and even a good biscuit to eat. Drop in, you can find that also at the St. Paul store. And they're going to have lunch here in just a little while. You'll get two vegetables and a meat and a cold drink for $8.99. A bargain it is. See the deli. Visit with them. And if you need coffee, they got the loyalty coffee program. They got plenty of cold drinks, snacks, tater chips, and, of course, gasoline. Anything that you're looking for, and also if you're feeling lucky. Ice cream, and a whole lot more. Visit with them at Maples from Bonita, Pine Springs, Causeyville, over to 31st, Broadmoor, or Last Chance Tobacco. You'll find it there with a clean, friendly staff to help you out there. They really are clean.
That
super.
Breakfast always makes me hungry.
I know.
Every time I see that. Hey, I was reading some of the comments, and somebody, I guess, should I say their name? They're just having a full-on conversation. Sean Humphreys and
his wife.
Is it Anitra?
Yeah.
Anitra Humphreys. I saw this, good morning, baby. And then it's good morning, my king. I'm like, who are they talking to? And it's to each other. Good morning.
They're in love.
They are in love.
Glad y'all having a good time there. Hey, I got several texts about this yesterday. If you happen to be driving down North Hill Street minding your own business and you looked out your window and you go, oh, there's a lady with a machete. And you thought, yeah, it was.
It's just so common nowadays.
Yeah, a 3-foot machete there was spotted there down there by where they're building Pizza Hut.
What is the deal with people? Isn't there like the second or third report of somebody?
You know, it was a guy last time walking down with it on his shoulder.
Is it a thing?
It must be a thing. Now, no one's been hurt. The Popo come investigated. I'm not sure what become of it at the end, but I don't want to have an argument with anybody that's toting a machete.
The machete's only good for whacking
weeds.
down weeds.
And other things.
Or hurting somebody severely.
Right.
Yeah.
But she seemed to be enjoying her machete.
They said they've been married 10 years. That's why they still call each other king and
Just
baby.
wait till 40. You'll quit that.
Why is it Mike?
Do
Why
what
is it
now?
Mike posting? My husband.
Because he's just happy you're not at home.
Scotty Ray, I think you gave me your cold.
Bless your heart. That's awful. Let's take a trip back in time, Debbie, and let's look at a few things that happened. Everything is beautiful. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Ray Stevens, yes, they call him the Streak, is celebrating a birthday today. Ray Stevens, born in 39. Still, the Mississippi Squirrel and the Streak is the biggest that he's ever done. Yeah, that's one of my favorites there. This is Debbie's probably favorite that she's ever had here.
Excuse
as we
me.
Take a look at Neil Diamond.
My favorite man in the world. My mom loved him so much. I loved him so much. I knew all of his songs.
So what is the best Neil Diamond song? What would you give credit to it?
My favorite Neil Diamond song is, let's see,
Sweet
well, I love
Caroline.
Sweet Caroline, but I love
Coming to
I can't
America?
think of- no, not Coming to America.
Crackling Rose?
No.
I'm trying there. Well, Debbie can't think of it.
I see, I saw. Well, how's it go?
I Am, I Said.
I Am, I Said.
Yeah, I don't know how I got that out of that.
I can't. I'm about to cough really bad.
Okay.
And I can't really think straight.
I understand. I've
Do you
been there.
understand
I've
that?
been in your shoes. Woo, bless your heart. Also, this guy probably done the best version of this behind George Jones. There's no other way to do it. Anybody remember Step Right Up? Come
Best
on,
singer in
Ian.
the world.
Aaron Neville celebrates a birthday
Yes,
date.
love him.
The Neville brothers, they could just had talent, and much of it. Play me a song.
Play me. No, that is my Denise, thank you very much. I couldn't think straight because I really was about to cough really bad. But Play Me is my absolute favorite.
Neil Diamond.
Do you know it?
Yes, I know it.
Play Me.
And then
Whoa.
there's Song Blue.
Everybody knows.
For years Neil Diamond was the number one grossing concert act, and I used to go, do what? And he really was. He outsold everybody.
I went to his concert a few years back, and it was still a great concert. And I think my friend and I were the only ones standing up, like really into it.
Yeah.
Because everybody was so old. Like, well, I mean, I was old too, but they were older. But one time, Katie and I were in New York City, and she knows how much I love Neil Diamond, and she said, "Mom," she just saw it on like Facebook or something. Neil Diamond's at the bookstore down the street. And I got my picture made with him. I went down there, and he was doing his album.
Yeah.
Like whatever the album was. I bought the album, went in there, and got my picture and made with Neil Diamond and got an autographed album.
So life was complete.
He's little.
Little
He's a
fella.
lot smaller than I thought he was.
They have a tendency to make stars look bigger in pictures, y'all. I'm warning you.
It was my 50th birthday. Yeah, it was my 50th. That's why I was there. And I lied. And I don't even know why. I said I was 47.
Well, most women, that's not. That's a little
like
white.
he really cared.
Little white lie is what
Yeah.
they call that.
Yeah.
1948, you remember this guy from Saturday Night Live and the Blues Brothers. John Belushi, born today.
Yeah.
He was a great actor, I'll give
He
you that.
was Saturday Night Live.
And Animal House, who could
Animal
ever forget that?
That was huge.
Who remembers, and you, Debbie, I can already see she goes, no, I don't know this person.
I don't know her.
Jones on the jukebox and you on my mind. Becky Hobbs was born on this date.
Don't know.
You don't really?
I don't.
Well, she tried.
I would like to lie and say I did, but
Yeah, she was a country singer there for a little while. 1953, he would have already passed away, but he had a number one song on this date. Who remembers the song? And it really fit what happened on this date. Hank Williams passed away in January. The number one song that would be on the radio would be "I'll Never Get Out of This World Alive."
oh wow, what a
Kind of
beautiful
coincidental,
car.
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that Jimmy Rogers was on the Louisiana Hayride when Elvis was on it. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
And well, the only reason I say that is because that movie depicted that, and I don't know. Is it Jimmy Rogers on the?
Because he died in the 30s. He died.
Jimmy Rogers did.
Yeah.
Oh well, then
Somebody made a boo-boo there.
maybe I'm making a boo boo.
I want to say
Maybe it was Jimmy. Okay, I'm gonna look that back up.
Look that up,
I'll go
because I want to
back.
say he died in 32,
Well,
33.
I thought they said Jimmy Rogers, and then I was thinking, well,
it could
I
have
never
been a
knew that.
cardboard cutout.
No, it was. It was a movie,
Okay.
and they were at the Louisiana hayride, and he brought Elvis's album up. Or That's All Right, Little Mama?
Yeah.
Was it Jimmy Rogers? Anybody that saw this movie, tell me what I'm talking about.
That's Elvis's song. That's all right, Mama.
That
was Elvis.
So I know it was Elvis.
But what?
I'm saying in the movie, it looked like Jimmy Rogers, talked like Jimmy Rogers, and I want to say they said Jimmy, and he was the one that ran up and had the record of Elvis singing "That's All Right, Little Mama," and he told what's his name, Colonel
Parker,
that he had to listen to it. So maybe it was somebody else. Are you trying to Google it?
Yeah, and I don't have glasses on, so I don't even know what that says.
Jimmy
you
Rogers,
take a look there.
He was born in 1933. No, who is that?
And go to Wikipedia.
Well, how did you spell it? Go to what?
Will you stop that? You're making me say words that I can't say.
Go. I'm going to find it.
It was Hank Snow, somebody said.
Was it?
It was Hank Snow.
Oh, the little skinny guy. He was super skinny.
I hadn't seen the movie yet.
Maybe it was Hank Snow.
And I'm moving on.
Cool. He was born in... Oh, he died in 1933.
That's what I thought. So that would have been kind of hard for him to have been there.
He was only
Maybe
35.
he was there in spirit, though. Also on this date, we see that Winston Churchill passed away in 1965.
Yeah.
Did I say churched?
Yeah, you did.
Whoops. It'd be okay. This is probably one of the greatest songs that Merle Haggard ever recorded. And if you listen to it and understand what it's about, and it starts out, tells you what it is. Sing Me Back Home. It's about a prisoner that's on death row. Mm-hmm. And he's getting ready to be led down the hall to meet his doom. And they ask him for his last request. And he goes, let my friend play my guitar. Sing Me Back Home.
Oh, that gave me goosebumps.
It's strong. Merle Haggard had the #1 song in 1968.
Yeah, I'm sure I would know it, but I have to hear it.
I'll let you hear that. And who could forget this one? 1972.
Oh, gosh.
Charlie Pride, one of the best singers that ever breathed a breath, from right here in Mississippi.
Didn't we sit by Charlie Pride's family at the CMAs one time?
We did.
Yeah.
Nice people.
Very nice. He was getting an award, lifetime some kind of achievement award or something.
1976. This would be on the cover of TV Guide. Everybody remembers the show. Yep. The 4077 was on the cover on this date. And last mention this, Ted Bundy. Y'all remember him? Awful guy there. He was put to death on this date back in 89.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem that long ago.
He doesn't look as cute as he did in those earlier pictures, does he?
But that's a look back in time on this date of a few things that happened. Scotty Ray and Debbie, good morning. We got more local events that's come up. We're going to cover those with you next, right here.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been in business for over 10 years, and they have over 30 vendors inside, with a rotating inventory to fit that something special that you're looking for. The inventory constantly is updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located at 335 West Main Street, where you'll bump into a friend, and, well, we'll treat you like family. Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Well, the doors have officially opened this morning at 7:30 right there at the Farm Supply next to the railroad tracks, where you can get just about anything that you're looking for when it comes to working around the house. A pair of gloves, a shovel, a rake, handy stuff there. Maybe you need a place to sit down and rest up after all that. They got that too, along with a swing and a whole lot more to sit around and rest up and handle it. Cold mornings like this, you need a jacket. They had a complete clothing department. And as we wind down deer season, maybe you need something as you're feeding cattle there to keep your ears warm. They got that also there. All your latest supplies and those deer attractants. As we get you ready for the muddy mud, well, they got those 2 boots and a whole lot more. See them there at the Farm Supply. Any type of cattle feed, horse feed, sweet feed that you may need, they carry it for you. Even goat feed, they got that for you. See them at the Farm Supply. Drop in and visit with them. They'll help you on anything that you're looking for.
Clarification.
Okay,
Donna. So I said it was Jimmy Rogers on the Elvis movie.
Yeah.
It was Jimmy Rogers' Snow, Hank Snow's son.
Okay.
So that's where I was thinking, why is Jimmy Rogers in this movie?
And I'll be honest, I didn't.
It was confusing to me, but now I know his name was Jimmy. That's what they were calling him.
I didn't know Hank had
Hank and Minnie had a son.
Did not know
Not
that.
Minnie Pearl.
But I'm moving on. That was Hank Snow's big one there.
They were all on the Louisiana Hayride, which was the second largest deal in when country music was coming around.
Sure was.
It was the Grand Ole Opry or
the Louisiana Hayride.
Yeah, and the Louisiana Hayride was more of the up and coming, and the Grand Ole Opry was if you already made it.
That's correct.
Yeah.
What a show it was. We go over to 8th Street yesterday. Anybody notice a car sitting into a light pole? Whoops. Yeah, that happened yesterday. Out on 8th Street, somebody bumped a light pole and had a little issue there.
At 47th Avenue?
Yep. Also, I don't know if everybody knew about this yesterday, but Rodney Wing tried his best to get his school bus with the top cut off out to the state line yesterday. We had a real throwdown coming. Alabama Highway Patrol chasing a Honda car at high speeds. Boogie there, down the road. Here it comes. Billy Solly gets set up. The entire Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department with spikes. They're going to get to throw them out and throw 2x4s in the road.
How exciting.
And then right behind that, you had the Meridian Police Department doing it. Here they come. High speed per chase. Alabama Highway Patrol after them. They get to York, Alabama, and wimped out.
They went to...
They took a right turn. And then the Alabama Highway Patrol decided that, well, they'd call off the chase. Since it went on to 2-lane and it was high speed, they didn't want to hurt anybody, so it got canceled. And we had popcorn the whole 9 yards sitting right there at the state line, ready for this big adventure.
You were trying to get me to go over there.
Yeah, I wanted you to be there.
I'm going over there. Not with spikes.
Well, I mean,
imagine, so they throw them out. And then they have to reel them all back in.
Yeah, it's quick, too.
I just don't understand about the other cars coming.
Well, they try to do it before the other cars come.
Right, but what if somebody passes that car? Well, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, don't be passing people the police are after.
Yeah.
But that was what went on. If you were out there and wondering why Billy Solly and all of his deputies were having lunch at the state line, that's what was up. Mm-hmm. Had a criminal coming this way. And it got...
use the spikes.
Yep.
It just flattens all your tires, right?
Yep. And then it becomes a 30-mile-an-hour chase.
Yeah. Depending on, So how long can you ride on flat tires and...
Well, I've seen them in L.A. go for about 20 miles until the car catches fire from the rubber.
Oh, yeah, from the rims.
Yeah. Democrats are starting to see maybe there's a chance that they could take the governor's mansion back. And what we're talking about is one-term Tate. As low numbers of people are saying he just can't win, as they've got somebody they think that might can beat Tate. So will the Republicans push somebody before February 1st to challenge this? I think Mississippi could see a turnaround here if something isn't done, because it is probably the weakest Republican governor we've had in quite some time.
And you should always run as if you're losing at all times.
Yeah, and he's not.
Because never think that you've got it.
That's how so many people have lost races. Mm-hmm. But the masses are not happy. We'll just go ahead, and I hear it every day from store to store that I'm going out and talking to and standing around at counters. People are not happy. Tate, if you're watching us, pay attention. The people are talking.
Yeah. Hey, Caleb said, Caleb Hughes, who we had in here just a minute ago from Fellowship, said, thanks for having us on the show. Come see us at Fellowship Church, February 4th on Saturday, 6 to 2.
Be there.
A lot of good items.
We've had an arrest in Jackson. Whoops. There's nothing like getting grant money and supposed to be using it for somebody else, and then, well, you spend it on yourself instead. So
I just don't understand why people think they
could get away with it.
Get away with it. I guess some people do, but...
I'm going to pronounce her name, hopefully right. 47-year-old Keisha Sanders was using fraudulent money there that she obtained to be used for projects for the city of Jackson. Used it for herself, and she's been caught.
especially when you're getting a grant that's a government type grant.
They track that.
Yeah, I just don't see
how you could do that. This is becoming more and more Jackson, Mississippi, armed carjackings. We have somebody arrested for that, and to top that off, they arrested somebody this week over there, charged him with 2 robberies, 2 murders, and 6 armed robberies.
Charged with 2 murders, 6 armed robberies, and 2 carjackings.
Boy.
Was that all in one place?
One guy.
Did he do them all at one time?
It was over a period of time.
Oh. I read somebody on my Facebook, and I don't know who it was, and they were just telling a story about how dangerous it was over in Jackson. They had gone somewhere, and somebody was following them, and then I think they kind of whipped around to make them to where they couldn't do anything. And I think they got out of the situation, but just wanted people to be aware.
Yeah.
That they're coming after you sometimes. I always keep my car doors locked.
We've been seeing this nationwide from Biloxi. They've arrested somebody else from the January 6th that went to the Capitol and did the protest. They've sent it to somebody from Mississippi. Looks like they'll be spending a few years, 6 years in jail is what they'll get. Do you remember the guy, Debbie, that put his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk?
Yeah, what was that?
He got 20 years yesterday.
Did he really?
20 years behind bars.
Well, he shouldn't have done that.
He shouldn't have done that, but 20 years? Whoa.
Yeah.
Whew, more up and coming. Scotty Ray and Debbie, as it is Tuesday morning. Put a smile on. It don't hurt, really. We might hurt, but it won't. Yeah. We'll be right back.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
I had someone tell me just how great Chet was this weekend. They ran into a deer and their car was tore up. They called Chet. Chet took care of them, got them out, gave them a ride home, dropped their car off. Friendly service like it used to be. And that's what Chet's Paint and Body is there. Rest assured, when you take your car there, it's going to be done by a friendly staff. It's going to be put back right. And well, they stand by what they tell you. If they tell you next Tuesday your car will be ready, it'll be ready Tuesday. They work with you. They color match your paint. And, well, they're just honest people. Ask around of other people that have used Chet. You'll find out the same words that I'm telling you. Easy to find, Highway 495. You'll find them out in the Center Hill community, like out by the reservoir. Easy to get to. 737-2961 is the number. See Chet, any of his staff there. They'll get you an estimate and let you know how to get a rental car, give you a ride somewhere, whatever it takes to satisfy you. That's Chet's Paint and Body as they put your car back together like Humpty Dumpty would.
I need to go see him. I think I'm getting one ding at a time too many.
One ding at a time.
And I try, when I first got my car, I used to park it way far away from anybody. And I was so ridiculous about not wanting anybody.
Right.
So then when I gave up that's when I started getting all the dings on my car. So I was smart to do that in the beginning, but now it seems like I'm getting so many dings. Real quick, I want to say, Millie, I'm Vallejo. I don't know how to say your name. She said she went to D.C. on a field trip 55 years ago with Witherspoon. And I don't know if they still do those field trips, but I went with my girls on a field trip to D.C. And I've always told Scotty Ray that you've got to go and just experience the whole. And you really need to go on one of those field trips because you learn more than you do if you go on your own. Because I've been since then,
well, you get
and you're
tour.
all over the place. But this was like full on tours every day and all of that.
Yeah.
It was really interesting.
We got some servicemen that are kind of upset as we learn this. Those that were fired for not taking the COVID shot. Of course, when you sign up for the military, you have to do it for 3 years. They were fired, and now they're saying, well, you didn't serve your time. You got to pay back your bonus.
Yeah.
Servicemen are not happy at this point. Sad news as we look over to Louisiana, LSU. A sorority girl was kidnapped, raped by 3 men. She was thrown out of a car and hit by someone. 3 men have been arrested with this crime. Can you imagine?
They did get them? Thank goodness.
I just,
that's horrible.
Breaks my heart.
You send your daughter off to school, or she goes,
And she was such a beautiful girl. Let's pull this up real quick.
So they kidnapped her, raped her, beat her, killed her.
Well, they threw her out, and then she was hit by an oncoming car. Words cannot even go there on that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And that was in where?
Louisiana, LSU is where all that happened.
Oh.
So we pass condolences to that family there. It looks like there's a rumor floating around that Will Smith may have a new movie coming out. He'll be playing Aladdin again in another Disney movie. No word yet if it's going to be a woke movie yet.
I haven't really gotten over the slap.
I don't think anybody else has either.
Because he never really apologized, did he?
No.
Not a real apology. And did he ever apologize to Chris Rock?
Yes.
In some kind of...
Yeah, but do you believe it? I don't know.
And the reason I don't believe in I could see it if Chris Rock was up there making fun of his wife that didn't already have a show where they were putting all of their business on, the Red Table Talk, and she was already putting everything out there on that show. And
it wasn't like it was a secret.
Right. And I don't think he said anything.
And you've got to remember.
It was about her hair. It was about her hair.
You've got to remember, if you're a celebrity, you're going to be picked on. At the end of the day, that's why you make that money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we have. And we did quickly have someone else shot yesterday. Chinese worker snapped, killed 7 co-workers in California. That's on top of the other people that were shot.
What is going on?
I don't know. But that's a look around.
Less than 48 hours after the 11. So 11 are dead in Monterey.
Yeah, from that other shooting.
So one more passed away.
Yeah.
I think 20 total were shot.
Just sad. We want to thank y'all for dropping by and spending part of your morning with us. As we come to a close, we're going to be watching everything behind the scenes, letting you know what happens in our area at all times.
That's right. Stay tuned. Scotty Ray will keep you up to date on that weather, won't you?
That's right. We'll be here. Thank you, and God bless. Have a wonderful day. Put a smile on, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning, beginning at what time, Debbie?
At 7 o'clock.
All right. See you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: